American scientists say summer sea ice in the Arctic this year melted, leaving the second smallest area since records began 42 years ago. The findings appear to be further evidence of the impact of global warming. Richard Forrest reports.
The Arctic, also known as the North Pole, an ocean surrounded by land. Unlike Antarctica, it doesn't have wind and ocean currents to keep it cold, and that makes it more sensitive to climate change, which is why the latest revelation is no surprise. This summer's sea ice shrank to just over 3.7 million square kilometres, its second lowest level since they started using satellites to watch it 41 years ago. Compared to the average from 1979 to 1990, the difference is twice the size of France, Germany and Spain combined. But less sea ice doesn't mean sea levels are rising. What it does mean is that it's a driver of climate change as well as a symptom. 80% of the sunlight that strikes the ice is reflected back into space, but darker ocean water absorbs 90% of it. That means the oceans heat up and Arctic temperatures rise further. On average, Arctic sea ice is declining by 12% a decade, which is why some forecasters say it could be ice-free within 15 years. Bad news for Santa, and even worse news for polar bears. Earlier this year, one forecast said they could virtually be extinct by the end of the century. It also certainly mean a profound shift in the region's marine ecosystems, which is why Prince Charles had this message about global warming at the start of a Climate Week conference in New York.
It is now rapidly becoming a comprehensive catastrophe that will dwarf the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. With the permafrost melting in Siberia, for instance, producing dire effects on global warming. Without doubt, we must now put ourselves on a warlike footing, approaching our action from the perspective of a military-style campaign.
The good news is the solution is a simple one: cut greenhouse gases and stop the planet warming so quickly. The bad news is the major polluting nations can't agree on a plan of action that does enough. Richard Forrest, BBC News.